Hey, welcome guys. In this video I'm doing a review of the SmartThings motion sensor. It's not just a motion sensor, it also has a built-in temperature sensor as well. Now when it comes to its field of view for the motion sensor, Samsung doesn't really list any information at all, but in my testing I've got about 10 feet of range and about a 100-degree viewing angle. The motion sensor itself is pretty compact and tiny. It's just gray. It should be inconspicuous and not that easy to spot. Just taking a look at it in my hand, you'll see how compact it really is. Now over on the inside, if you open it up with just two clips on the top and the bottom, you actually see a reset button which will allow you to resync it with your SmartThings hub. And yes, you must have a Samsung SmartThings hub in order to make this work. I reviewed that, the link to that is in the video description as well as my YouTube channel. It's powered by a single CR2477 cell battery. There's no mention of the battery performance anywhere by Samsung. However, after researching on the Samsung forums, some SmartThings developers have said it can last 6 to 12 months depending on how much motion is detected daily. In my own personal testing so far, I've gone 3 months and there's still plenty of battery left. Now the 100-degree viewing angle that I kind of estimated is great, but what if you only want to detect motion in a certain part of your hallway, for example? I wish they had some notches where you could kind of place like a clip, as I'm kind of demonstrating with this piece of paper, where you can block some of the field of vision. I mean, what if I want one part of my hallway to be detecting in motion, but not the other part? It's kind of annoying and bizarre that they didn't include this option. So the SmartThings app is where everything's kind of like centralized for the SmartThings hub, as well as this motion sensor. Now I do go over this app a little bit more in regards to the SmartThings hub in the review for that product. You can find a link to that in my YouTube channel. But going over the motion sensors, so if you go over to your home device section, this is where you can have a list of all your things. And in my case, I have the motion sensor right here, which is placed to my master bedroom closet. So when I go in there, it'll automatically turn on my Philips Hue light bulb. It also tells you the temperature, because I mentioned it does have that sensor built inside, as well as the battery life currently. And is there actually motion happening right now or not? If there was someone moving in front of the motion sensor, it would actually tell you there's motion currently happening. There's also an activity log, so you can go really in depth in terms of details of what's happening in the last little while. And you can also view any automation tied to this particular device. So in this example, this is for my master bedroom closet. But you're not just limited to this. If you go to the automation section, this is where you can really automate some routines. So for example, good morning, I have my lights set to turn on automatically, but again, that is in the Smart Hub review. And if you go to add a smart app, this is where you can actually go through a pre-made list of functionality made. Now the SmartThings app is a little complicated to use. These are kind of some samples that you can use in terms of healthcare automation, but if you go to more, for example, you can have some ones that are pre-made. But if I want something simple, in my case, for turning on the lights automatically, I go to lights and switches, I choose smart lights from SmartThings, and then here, this is where I customize all my rules. So it's a little bit complicated, you have to dig a little bit around, but you can get the hang of it just by playing around with the application. And if we were to pretend I just got the device, I want to add it to my SmartThings list, all I have to do is go to Marketplace, look for sensors, and look for the one made by SmartThings, and you're pretty much set to go. And just to give you guys a quick demonstration, I have the motion sensor placed in my closet, and I have a Philips Hue smart light bulb connected to it, so every time it detects motion, it'll turn that smart light bulb on. So this particular clip is fast forwarded on purpose just to demonstrate something for you guys. As you see, the SmartThings app has a rule that you can place, so if there's motion detected, it'll turn the light on. And if there's no motion detected after, say, a minute, it'll turn the light off, which is fine. But a minute is kind of a long time to wait for the light to turn off. I wish there was an option for 30 seconds, for example. Now there is a rule to counteract this. I had to experiment a bit. So basically you have to set one rule that if there's motion detected, it'll turn the light on. And then a completely separate rule that if there's no motion detected at all, it'll just turn the light off immediately. So it kind of makes these rules kind of clash with one another. If there's motion detected, turn the light on. If there's no motion detected, it'll tend to turn it off in about 10 to 15 seconds. But I wish there was a simple, single combined rule to turn it off after 30 seconds and no motion. One of the biggest problems I find is that if I want to use this motion sensor connected to a light, say in my hallway, in January at 7 AM, up until that point, it should detect motion and turn the light on. But 7 AM in August in my hallway will be pretty bright because the days are longer than they are in the winter, so turning the light on makes no sense. So it's missing a rule that I wish they had implemented to, say, turn the light on or off during certain times of the year. Thanks to its compact design, you can kind of experiment and go nuts with where you want to place it. It's really easy to hide this device, but it does the job that you want to, and that's to, of course, detect motion. You can place it anywhere you want pretty much. There's no limit to your imagination due to its compact size. But you don't just have to randomly place this on a shelf. There's actually another option for wall mounting. What you have to do is basically open the exterior cover and then take apart the actual back cover as well. And inside you'll find a little leaflet giving you a mounting template in case you don't want to damage the device and you want to poke some holes and kind of get an estimation of where you want to drill the holes by chance. And of course, out of the box, you do get 2 screws with some anchors, as well as some sticky tape that is double-sided. So you don't have to use the screws if you don't want to, you can use some nice sticky tape. It's not just limited to connecting to a smart light bulb to turn on and off if there's motion detected. It's required that you have a SmartThings hub connected to it. You can find a link to that review in the video description. And because the SmartThings hub is open source and connected to a lot of platforms, let's take this for example. You can also use it as a motion sensor for your home alarm system because SmartThings has a partnership with ADT, or using the SmartThings hub alone, you can get a lot of motion sensors and some of the door opener sensors and create your own home alarm system. You don't need one from an outside source. So because it is connected to the SmartThings hub, the amount of options you have is just crazy. You can actually really go wild with this thing. Overall, a great, strong product. So if you guys found this video useful, be sure to check out my Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Instagram. It's in the video description. Hit that like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.